back to the T-Visor, my dudes! Had a bit of time off, had a nice little vacation down the beach, and we're back in strong. We're coming back strong, you know what I mean? I say we don't waste any time and we just get straight into the next one. Now, this suit is so much more better than the one from Batman Returns, in my opinion. It just looks better, and it just feels better, you know what I mean? Like, I like that it's like a muscular rubber suit, you know? I prefer when they go that direction instead of that weird segmented armor piece kind of thing they got going on in the sequel. And I just feel like a lot more care was put into this suit. It just looks better. And to add on to the performance, Michael Keaton is not a tall guy. He's like 5'9", but he feels like a behemoth in this suit. He's just looks intimidating. I like that they really even they just hammer in that this guy is not mentally okay. They touch on it in the newer Batman films, but here, he's just as crazy as Joker, basically. I mean, the guy is literally hanging upside down to sleep like a bat. I feel like Keaton really made the suit work way better than it was originally intended to. Like, I don't think any other actor for this film could have helped make it as good than Michael Keaton did. Controversy, let's go! I like this suit. I know it's in a rather shit movie, minus a couple of things like Keaton's Batman, of course, the Kryptonians, Supergirl. It's a terrible movie. But this suit, just, it's like a streamlined version of everything that worked in the Batman 89 and the Batman Returns. It's like it combines them and makes them better. And I know I haven't brought it up as much as I should have with the past designs, but the cowl is the hero here. And I appreciate that they keep the cowl's stiffness and like how he turns. Like, there would have been riots if they changed that and made him sort of like Christian Bale's Batman, where he can move his head. It's so integral to Keaton's Batman that it was a very smart decision to keep that on there. I love the fact that he also just looks awesome still as Batman, and was still kicking like superpowered ass in this film. And yet, sure, he died like 50 times in this movie, but boy did he bitch slap those Kryptonians. Like, it's such a good look, I can't stress it enough. And I know the movie's terrible, but like, Keaton was a massive saving grace here. Now, don't get me wrong. Love, absolutely love Christian Bale. Literally my favorite actor of all time. And the villains in his movies are perfect. Bane, Joker, Scarecrow. Love them all. Talia al Ghul, but later problem. I love this suit. I just think I grew out of it, if that makes sense. Like, at the time, this was like, that's the coolest Batman suit ever. But I think the problem for me started when I started seeing the other bat suits and started comparing them. The cowl cut around the jaw is just really narrow, in my opinion. I feel like if it was like way more out to like the jaw and showed the whole jaw, it would have looked a bit better. I also do think it gets a little complicated around the chest area. Like, I'm going to make some enemies on this, but it's really overdone on the armor. Like, it's over busy, it's overcrowded, it's overcomplicated. It's just not for me these days, sadly. I think, though I love Dark Knight Rises, I just hate the daytime fight scenes. Batman does not work in daytime. Very rarely. And whilst we're on the subject, why was that how Bane goes out in this film? Like, why does he just get shot and that's it? It's so lame. Anyway, back to the Batsuit. I love it. I love it. That's why it's number 5. 6? It's number 6. I just can't enjoy it now that I've had my eyes open to the other Batsuits. And I'll get into the Batman Begins suit in a bit, but it's just... Now, genuinely, how cool is this look? I don't know what it is, I just love when you see old outfits that are like tattered or damaged with extra stuff thrown over, you know what I mean? Like the apocalyptic look. I love it. And I'll tell you what, this is how you do goggles on a bat suit. The real hero of the suit is the awesome brown trench coat and the goggles. It gives like a massive like Mad Max kind of vibe, while still feeling like in-universe. I wish we could have had the movie showing him in the full getup and the lead up to it, and like a lot more screen time for it. I think it would have been great, like a whole movie just dedicated to him in this outfit in the apocalypse. Now, I love this look. This is like one of the best bat suits ever created. What I love the most is it looks like it was designed by H.R. Geiger, like the guy who designed the Alien. So it's got that like biomechanical feel with it, but it doesn't feel over-designed. Which is interesting because he was also hired to design the Batmobile, but they didn't end up using the design, and to be fair, I love Geiger, but the design is a little bit out there, in my opinion. I find it interesting that this is the outfit that was reused for Batman and Robin with the ice suit. They just added the white decals and called it a day. But like here, I feel like it's really, really well done here. And I even think that this suit helped inspire the Batman Begins suit. And like I said, I'm not a massive fan of the armor segmentation looking thing, but on the Batman Begins suit, it looks a lot more simpler. And the same goes for the Batman Forever suit. It looks cool and in-universe. Speaking of the Batman Begins suit, now I know I may get some haters with this, but the Batman Begins movie and suit is the best of the Nolan trilogy. It is miles ahead of the Dark Knight look, in my opinion. I think what makes the movie better for me is the movie just has this feel, this atmosphere. It's so muggy and kind of like foggy. And I hate that it gets dropped for the later films. It goes from feeling like a atmospheric comic book movie to Inception, and I don't like that. Also, you can't talk about this suit without the coolest scene in all of the Nolan trilogy.
Taste of your own medicine, Doctor. What have you been doing here? Who are you working for? Roz Al Ghul. Roz Al Ghul is dead. Who are you working for? Dr. Crane isn't here right now. But if you'd like to make an appointment...
The suit just feels simple enough to be believable as a Batman suit, whilst also leaning into a little bit of the fantastical element. It reminds me of like an updated version of the animated series, especially the bat symbol on the chest. Though I love the look of the Dark Knight symbol as well, I think this one just looks way better. I would also go on to say that I think this is the best that Christian Bale sounded as Batman, when he wasn't going really into that whole "I'm a very lucky bat," and just still sounded like he wasn't dying. I'd say, like, if I only had one problem, it's just I think the cowl makes his neck look really, really thick. But I feel like it'd be a little bit unfair to say that. But then I'd also have to have it, like, extend that problem onto all the other Batman cowls, like the Batfleck one or Keaton. You know, they've all got thick necks too. It would be unfair of me, in my opinion. I'll be honest, when I first saw this suit, I hated it. I thought the ears were too stubby, I thought the neck was too large, I thought the bat symbol was way too big. I even agree that still sometimes he looks a little top-heavy, like he skipped leg day, and I will be the first to say I hated the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman. Like, oh, Daredevil's gonna be Batman?
Hey, Frankie, how you doing? To the justice system, right? Of course I be.
Kingpin's got my back, bro. How you doing, sweetie? What's up? Is that guy for real? Yeah, he's for real. What do you want? Justice.
You know, hot take, I still actually really enjoy the Daredevil movie. Now, back to the Batman suit. I watched it back in 2016, and I was expecting, oh, here we go. And it was really good. And I've really grown an appreciation for his performance. I mean, damn, just as I'm writing this, I realized next year will be the 10-year anniversary of that film. And I remember going to theaters to watch that. Like, I'm getting old. But this suit has grown on me so much, it has skyrocketed to my second favorite suit of all time for Batman. I love that it keeps the comic book look without the underwear on the outside. I think it would have still been cool, but just, I feel like for what it is and the tone of the film, it suits it. And it just looks like such a serious and brutal suit. It makes like that filthy blue and grey suit from The Flash even worse in comparison. I wish they kept his attitude and look from how Snyder directed in this film to the other films. And I don't know why they decided just to downgrade him. You just turn him into a clown in the later films. I hate that. He doesn't even have the voice filter that he has in this movie in The Flash. It's just the voice filter itself. I also want to touch on actually. It's just a really cool addition and such a staple for the Ben Affleck Batman that it feels so new and unique. Anyone else doing that would just not work. But because Ben Affleck's got that, like, the size on his side, it makes him feel more like this creature other than a human. I also love that you just see the battle damage on his suit from, like, years as Batman. This is supposed to be, like, what, 20 years as Batman? It's awesome. Honorable mention time. I gotta cover some bases so that my co-workers don't decide to break my legs. Now, I'm also going to make this like a fan casty kind of section, so bear with me here. We're trying something new. Now, I think Jensen Ackles would make a great Batman in live action. He's already done the voice in the criminally short-lived Tomorrowverse. I feel he can have that gruff and tough, but also funny when he needs to be. I also remember hearing that he was going to play Bruce Wayne in the Gotham Knights TV show, but like Batman literally dies first episode in that. And Mr. Ackles is smart enough to know not to play Batman in a shit show. I mean, look at this like Photoshop picture I found of Jensen Ackles as Batman. He's got the jaw. He's got the bravado. I think he'd be great. Another good fan cast that my dad and I have always talked about. If you want to go for like an older Batman, Clive Owen, whom you may remember as Dwight in Sin City. Much like Ben Affleck prepared for Batman in Daredevil, Clive Owen prepared for Batman in Sin City. Just look at this and just picture the Batman mask on. Third fan cast, and this is if you want to go down like the massive, absolute comic series Batman, where like full blue collar, built like a brick shithouse style Batman, Alan Ritchson, who you may know as Reacher. I'd love him as Batman, but you'll have to have some sort of genetic freak to play Bane. Like, just for reference, in Absolute Batman, this is Bane without Venom. And here he is with Venom. So, find some absolute weirdo, overgrown, like 6'8" people to play Bane. I think we've got a really good movie on our hands. And finally, number 1, Robert Pattinson's Batman. Now, I know a lot of people would argue that they did not like Robert in the role. A lot of people would say they thought he was too skinny. I'm not too fussed personally. I like these non-traditional, like in that traditional, like dehydrated superhero body. As I've stated in my previous views, like who cares? He still did great and he looked awesome. I love that there's a massive emphasis on his detective skills. And in turn, that shows how, like in his suit. Like the cowl of his collar, it mimics like a detective collar almost. His cowl itself even looks like a skull, especially with the stitching. The traditional like arm blades, they're still there, but instead of like arm blades, they're straps. The bat symbol also being like a tool that can be used is also amazing. I love that. The outfit itself is like tactical and piecemeal, and you know what? I'm honestly happy they did not go like the yellow belt route. I think what helps this suit look awesome is that the entire film is so moody and it's pretty much raining the entire time. Like Gotham looks miserable here. It reminds me of like The Crow and Batman Begins in terms of like mood and atmosphere. And I love that Batman is also never seen in broad daylight. It's always just at dawn or during night. The suit just works during all times of day, which is more than I can say for a lot of the other suits. Now, as I promised, now we're going to be getting into the second enemy of the channel, and here it is. When I was younger, I liked a YouTube channel called Bat in the Sun. You may remember when they used to make content like superpower beatdowns and all that. I even had them liked on Facebook, and I got to see their posts all the time. You know, who would win this character versus this character? It was fun, I liked it. But after the Robert Pattinson Batman film came out, I started seeing some red flags. I thought they were cool until they started like saying, oh, he's too skinny. He's not cool like our Batman. Warner Brothers should fund us. We make better stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen the acting they produced. It's not Oscar worthy. Now, no shade to their Batman actor. I love Kevin Porter as their Batman. Genuinely seems like a really nice guy. Nothing but love for that guy. But their ringleader, Aaron Schonke, I hate him. I even commented on his post once because he was going on this. He goes on these massive tirades. I don't know if he does it anymore, but back in the day, it was like this massive whinge fest, basically saying, "Oh, it's you're silly if you think that Robert Pattinson's good as Batman. He doesn't have the physique to play Batman. He's supposed to be a 6'5" Olympian, like Arnold Schwarzenegger." And it would be like constantly, every day you'd see a post. And people would call him out in the comments, but then they'd mysteriously vanish. So he started going off on it again, and I got a little annoyed, so I was like, oh, I don't think that's very fair. I think you did a good job. What happened? My comment got deleted. Commented again. Why are you deleting comments? That got deleted. The third time. I got banned from their Facebook page. Here's what I posted, just for a reference. I'm going to blur my details out so I don't get doxxed, but yeah, like a phoenix, I rise from the ashes of defeat, more powerful. So yeah, my opinion of him isn't very good. So obviously, don't send hate to them. It's at the end of the day, it's a whole team of people, not just one guy, putting in a lot of work and effort into all the things they make. I'll always hate Mr. AA Ron, but that's okay. I'll move on. I'm not mad. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment what your favorite Batman suit was / is. Got some cool plans coming out for October, as we'll be doing some spooky related stuff, which will be very cool. Very excited. We're actually going to do a Minecraft world with some friends and family and whatnot. It'll be a nice little family get together. Hopefully it'll be a different pace of content, so hopefully you guys like it. Let me know how you feel about it, if you want to see it or not. Until then, this is the T-Visor, signing out.